At 92 years old, I've learned something terrifying. Most men don't ruin their lives in one big mistake. They ruin them quietly, one ignored moment at a time. You think you know who you are. You think the man you see in the mirror every morning is the real one. But I'm 92 now, and I'm about to tell you 3 truths men hide until they're almost gone. Something we smile through at Christmas dinner, something we hide when our grandchildren hug us goodnight, something that eats us alive in the quiet hours when nobody's watching. My name is Benedict. I've lived through wars, depressions, celebrations, funerals. I've shaken hands with presidents and buried friends who never made it past 40. But none of it prepared me for the weight of what I'm carrying right now. Because the bravest men you'll ever meet aren't the ones charging into battle. They're the ones sitting in their armchairs at 85, smiling at family gatherings, pretending everything turned out exactly how they wanted it to. I hid this for 90 years, and I'm only telling you now because I'm running out of time to make it matter. There are 3 regrets that men like me only confess when the sand in the hourglass is almost gone. 3 secrets we guard with our lives. And I promise you this, the 3rd one is the one that broke me completely. The one that made me weep in a hospital bathroom at 3 in the morning when the nurses weren't looking. The one that turned my entire life into a question I can't answer anymore. So if you're 55, 60, 70, if you've still got a decade or 2 left in you, then lock in. Because what I'm about to share could save you from the most unbearable kind of suffering there is. The suffering of knowing it's too late. When I was younger, I thought being a man meant being untouchable. It meant you didn't cry at funerals. It meant you worked 60-hour weeks without complaint. It meant your children respected you because you provided, not because you were warm. I built a wall around myself made of achievements, silence, and what I thought was dignity. But really, it was just pride. Cold, suffocating pride. I remember my son once asked me to come to his school play. He was 9 years old. He looked at me with those big eyes, full of hope, and asked if I would come because he was playing the lead king. And I looked at him. I looked at that innocent face, and I said, "I've got a meeting, son. Maybe next time." There was no meeting. I just didn't want to sit in a gymnasium full of other parents, clapping for kids in homemade costumes. I thought it was beneath me. I thought my time was too valuable. I thought being a man meant prioritizing the serious things, the business deals, the poker games with colleagues, the image I was building in the community. But here's what nobody tells you when you're young and stupid and full of yourself. Pride doesn't age well. It doesn't keep you warm at night. It doesn't call you on your birthday. And when you're 92, lying in a bed that smells like disinfectant, pride doesn't hold your hand. That wall I built, it kept everyone out. My wife, my children, my friends. And by the time I realized what I'd done, the wall was so high I couldn't even see over it anymore. I became a stranger in my own home. Respected, yes. Feared, maybe. But loved? I'm not so sure. And the worst part? I was so proud of that wall. I thought it made me strong. Now it's just a prison. The second regret, this one still makes my chest tighten even now. This one wakes me up at 4 in the morning, drenched in sweat, replaying moments I can never get back. We were married for 41 years. 41 years of shared meals, shared beds, shared silence. And I took her for granted every single day. She used to make me coffee every morning. Not because I asked. Not because it was her job. But because she loved me. And I never, not once, looked her in the eyes and said thank you. I never asked how she slept. I never asked what she dreamed about. I just drank the coffee, grabbed my briefcase, and left. There was this one night. I'll never forget it. She was sitting at the kitchen table, crying. Quiet, soft crying. The kind you do when you don't want to be a burden. I walked in, saw her there, and I had a choice. I could sit down, put my hand on hers, and ask what was wrong. Or I could pretend I didn't see it, grab a beer from the fridge, and go watch the game. I grabbed the beer. The cold hum of the refrigerator, the dim light reflecting on the floor, and the distant sound of the television sports audio in the background. I remember it all. I told myself she'd be fine. That women just get emotional sometimes. That she'd talk to her friends about it and feel better. But the truth is, I was scared. I was scared of her pain. I was scared I wouldn't know what to say. I was scared that if I opened that door, I'd have to face the fact that I'd been a terrible husband for decades. So I left her there, crying alone in the kitchen, while I sat in the next room, pretending to watch a game I didn't care about. And she never brought it up again. She died 6 years ago. Pneumonia. It happened fast. 1 week she was gardening, the next week she was gone. And when I stood over her hospital bed, watching her take her last breath, I wanted to scream. I wanted to fall to my knees and beg her to forgive me. I wanted to tell her that I saw her that night in the kitchen, that I heard her crying, that I was just too much of a coward to do anything about it. But she was already gone. And now I carry her ghost everywhere I go. Every morning I wake up and there's no coffee waiting for me. Every night I eat dinner alone. Every birthday, every holiday, every quiet Sunday. I'm haunted by the woman I ignored for 41 years. You know what the cruelest part is? She forgave me. Even without me asking. Even without me deserving it. On her deathbed, she held my hand and told me that I did my best and gave her a good life. But I didn't. I gave her a roof and a routine. I gave her financial security and social status. But I didn't give her me. I didn't give her my attention, my curiosity, my tenderness. I gave her the leftovers of my energy after I'd spent the best parts of myself on people who didn't matter. And now I'd give everything I own just to sit with her one more time. Just to ask her about her day. Just to really listen. But I can't. Because time doesn't negotiate. Now, the third regret. The one I promised you. The one that shattered me completely. It's not about what I did. It's about what I believed. I spent 70 years of my life chasing something I thought mattered. I climbed the corporate ladder. I bought the bigger house, the nicer car, the expensive watches. I worked weekends, missed birthdays, skipped vacations, all because I believed that success would eventually equal happiness. That if I just got one more promotion, one more bonus, one more pat on the back from the right people, then I'd finally feel like I'd made it. But here's the thing they don't tell you, the thing that only becomes clear when you're too old to do anything about it. All of those achievements, all of that money, all of that respect, it evaporates the moment you can't work anymore. The moment you retire, the moment your health fails, the moment you're no longer useful to the machine, you become invisible. And you're left with nothing but time. Endless, suffocating time. Time to think about all the moments you missed. Time to remember every time you chose the office over your family. Time to replay every decision you made that prioritized the future over the present. I have money now. More than I'll ever spend. I have a nice retirement home, good health care, people who make sure I take my pills on time. But I would trade it all, every single cent, for one more afternoon with my son when he was 9. For one more quiet morning with my wife before I ruined everything with my silence. So let me ask you something. And I want you to really think about this. What are you doing right now, today, that you think is building towards something important? What are you sacrificing in the present because you believe it'll pay off later? Because I'm telling you, from the other side of 90 years, later never comes. Not the way you think it will. You think you'll have time to reconnect with your kids after you retire. You think you'll travel with your wife once the mortgage is paid off. You think you'll pursue your passions once you've built enough security. But you won't. Because by the time you're free, you'll be too tired, too sick, too alone. And all that's left is regret. I'm not telling you to quit your job tomorrow. I'm not telling you to abandon responsibility. But I am telling you this: call your son tonight. Sit with your wife and ask her a question you've never asked before. Go to the school play. Take the vacation. Say I love you out loud, even if it feels awkward. Because I promise you, the moment you can't do those things anymore, you'll realize they were the only things that ever mattered. I'm 92 years old, and I hid this for 90 years because I was ashamed. Ashamed that I wasted a beautiful life chasing shadows. Ashamed that I let pride and fear turn me into a ghost in my own story. But if my shame can save even one of you from this fate, then maybe, just maybe, it wasn't all for nothing. Don't want to wait until you're 90 to figure out what matters. Because by then, it's already too late.
Notice, this video is a creative work of storytelling. The character of Benedict is fictional and designed to reflect shared human experiences and life lessons. Any financial figures or personal stories mentioned are for illustrative and educational purposes only. This content does not provide professional financial, legal, or mental health advice. Copyright 2026, The 92-Year Witness. All rights reserved.